Okay. Alright, so you'll be able to see me, I guess? Alright. So, good morning, good afternoon, hello, folks. We have an FTP test today. Functional threshold power. So what can I hold for an hour? And the process of finding that is apparently really hard. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm a little bit fired up. I had 2 cops knocking on my door this morning. Don't worry, guys. I'm not guilty. I swear to God. But nonetheless, we did a 30-minute warm-up, and now I'm going to do this. I've had some orange juice. I had orange juice. I have more in here. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. So I'm not going to be an arrow for the actual FTP test, but to set it up, I'm going to. So, ramp test. Wait. From here, so that's the ramp test. Ramp test, 43 minutes. This is that one. Alright. Wrong one. It's already open. Don't do it again. Alright, so FTP ramp test, the 43-minute one, not the light one, not standard one. Just this one. So, it starts at 100 watts and it looks like it builds up to 640 watts in 1-minute intervals. So, yeah. Oh, I still need to pick Start Ride, Watopia, Tempest, Fugit, Tempest Fugit, Tempest Fugit. Alright, now once I press start workout, the workout will commence, will start. So, let me film, I gotta film for the reel first. Alright, and it's go time. I'm a little bit nervous to press start, but it's time to get her started. So let's get her started. Start workout. Alright. Woo! Here we go. Here we go. Time to bleed. Well, I got a good 5 minutes before we start to bleed. But, oh, we got a 5-minute warm-up, 5-minute free ride. And then, my heart rate's high just because I'm freaking nervous. I'm sitting at 120, but I'm nervous right now. Woo! Yeah. I'm excited, nervous, and scared all in one. Alright. So, 5 minutes easy. Then 1 minute, 100 watts. 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280. 300, 320, 340, so on and so forth. I'm very excited to see what my FTP is. I just hope it's not like 100. Surely it's not 100. Surely I'm better than that. You should. Oh, that's the other thing is my ass cannot come out of the seat, so I can't like stand up and pedal or anything like that. Your ass stays in the saddle. Keep it in the saddle. All right. All right. So we got a 5-minute warm up, and then we'll start the main sauce. I need to relax. My fucking heart rate's sitting in the 120s right now. I'm doing 80 watts. I do have my headphones, and I just have the song Bleed It Out by Linkin Park on repeat. I just need like no specific connection to that song, but I just need something that's going to get me fired up. And that song will fire you up if you're like, you got it blasting in your ears. Try to stay as smooth as possible with your cadence in terms of power. Alright, I'm gonna do my goddamn best. I don't imagine I'm gonna have an issue holding 200 watts. I think it'll start to, my thoughts are it will start to get hard around 240. I think 200 and I think 220 shouldn't be a big deal. Will it be easy? I would say not necessarily, but I don't think it's going to kill me. Once we start hitting 300, then we're going to be hurting, I think. But hey, maybe I'll be surprised and be really good. Better than I thought. So, yeah. Why am I out of breath? I haven't even started. I'm also just gonna leave the camera rolling the entire time, and I can clip it up later if I need to. Orange juice. I also took a shot of Ketone IQ. They sent me a bunch of free ones. That was my last one. No more free Ketone IQs. Yeah, I'm all scatterbrained from this morning with those fucking cops coming at my door. So, someone was like using my name in Instagram profile picture and talking about bomb shit. Couldn't be me, guys. Couldn't be fucking me. So, who's ever doing that, cut it out! You can go longer than you think staying seated. You're damn right I can. I'm excited to just bleed it out, like the song. The last 3 to 5 minutes will be what really counts. Right now I got Chief Keef playing. Alright, so it started. It started. I'm sitting at 130 watts right now. I'm fired up. Or 130 heart rate at 100 watts, which I'm fired up right now. Need to relax. Keep the heart rate low while I can. Chief Keef, woulda coulda. That's what's going on in my ears right now. That footage for the reel. Alright, we're moving up to 120. 120! I'm just gonna put both headphones in. Chief Keef all around. About what they should have did. Cadence. Volume all the way up. My neighbors love me. My neighbors love me. Alright, my heart rate's dropping a bit, which is good. 140. 140 watts. Easy money. Spot on the saddle that is just right, and that good crisp cadence. Right. Right, right. Most important thing in these early blocks is consistency. Heard that. Consistency's key. I'm gonna try to stop talking so I can. $200 watts. Producing and clearing lactate. Say I'm doing that. I never turned my fan on, and that camera's in the way of the switch. 240. Tunnel should be starting to darken. Wouldn't say so. Not yet. Not yet. We're at the 150s heart rate. I bleed it out, breathing deeper just to throw it away. 260. Heart rate 166. You're going deep into the well. Your mom is deep into the well. This camera might die and I really hope it doesn't. First time hitting 170. Heart rate. 169. 300 watts. Whew. 320. I'm not in the hurt locker, not yet, Swift. Not yet. Not yet. You don't know me, son. Oh, what's going on? I don't remember the last thing I filmed, but I do know that it's Saturday and we have an hour and a half on the bike and a 30-minute runoff. On the bike, we will have a bunch of different efforts focusing on different things. So we have an Ironman paced one. We have a sweet spot one, which is like, Ironman's like 70, 75-ish% of your FTP. Sweet spot's 90% of your FTP. Threshold is a 100%. And then we have a VO2 max one, which is like 110. And then we have a neuromuscular one, which is 150. Now I don't know that, my coach knows that, and I'm just repeating what, what he has written down. But those are the efforts that we have, and then there's just warm up, cool down, shit like that. And that culminates to an hour and a half. And then we have a 30-minute runoff, which will be pretty chill. Because then tomorrow we have a 5K test, which that'll be fun. Let me focus on the task at hand, and that is getting this workout started. Yeah, bud! Training peaks. Intro to varying intervals. I feel like I'm in school again. Kind of is. Actually, let me get this started, and then I have something to talk about on that. Tempus fugit! Tempus fugit in Watopia. I don't know what the deal is with Tempus fugit, like why that's the one everyone uses, but it seems like that's the one that everyone uses. So I'm just gonna use that one. But I mentioned, it's like intro to varying intervals. It sounds like, it sounds like I'd be going to a math class or something, or like I'm back in school. And in many ways, it's kind of like how I look at this period of my life is like, oh, I'm back in school again. Like I'm building, I'm building towards something, but I'm very much at the beginning stages of it. I'm learning a lot, doing a lot, but you're not at a level where like, I haven't gotten my degrees in anything yet, but I'm working towards them. And that's kind of what I look at this period of my life. Like you're just putting in the necessary work and effort and showing up to get to where you want to be. And just like school, it takes many years. You don't just graduate in a day. So you just continue to show up and keep doing the fucking thing. So yeah, that's one of the ways I look at this period of my life. And it helps me be more patient and understanding of like just what everything is and how this works, or how this works. I don't know how this works, but yeah. There's definitely something, I wanted to pull the camera out yesterday because I had a good talking point, but I don't remember what it was. I reckon it'll come back to me, whether it's today or tomorrow, but in, what's the word? Keeping in mind, I don't really know what the word is, but keeping in mind that I want to not make this video like 5 hours long, I'm going to end the clip here. And yeah. Absolutely. Ah, fuck. I don't know if that focuses, but at the very bottom, that 4x15, 460 watts. Phew! It was only 15 seconds, but 460 is pretty high. It's pretty hefty. But that's that. That's the neuromuscular effort. So clearly it's supposed to be hard. Another thing, let me pause this music. Big country guy nowadays, crazy. To expand on what I was saying earlier about still being in school, it's like, I'm not at the level of a PhD. I haven't put the work in to get there. And then I'm like, if you actually put the time that I've been working, like actually say what it is, it's not that long. In terms of me posting consistently, it's been like just over a year. In terms of me like Ironman training, it's been since like June. But in terms of me like actually training smart, it's been like a month. And then with when I started posting consistently, the time it took me to actually find like a video style that works for me and that actually gets some sort of reach, that didn't happen until kind of the Ironman prep. So that was back in June. And that was when I actually started to see like consistent follower growth or whatever. But before that, it was like, it was very, very far and few between. So there's that. Just gotta put everything in context, which helps. And yeah, that's all I have to say. That's all I gotta say. Hey there! How we doing? Just got done with the hour and a half on the bike. Hour and a half on the bike and a 30-minute runoff. The weather out here, crispy cold as shit, and I fucking love it. As we wrapped that up, we showered, and then I had 5 eggs and rice, and then I had a smoothie with bananas, some frozen berry mix, honey, and milk, and salt. So we did that, and now I'm gonna head to the gym. I'm gonna do technically shoulders and back, and then 100 pull-ups. But kind of just with how my training goes now, it's like I'll do, specifically on this day, I always do 10 by 10 with the pull-ups, 10 sets, 10 reps. But then I superset that with shoulder press, like standing barbell shoulder press, but I just do it light. I usually just put a 25 on either side, and I'll do like a set of 5. So I'll do 10 pull-ups, and I'll do 5 reps with the shoulder press. And then I'll just do that till I get to 100 reps. And then, yeah, and then I'll probably do like 1 rowing back movement and might fuck around with some more shoulders because Death Star delts and they can never be too big. Never, ever, ever. I can tell though, one of the cool things with training is like, if you just lean into some style of training, your body just morphs to that style of training. So one thing I've noticed, my shoulders are definitely a lot more developed and just more round. And that's just from swimming. Definitely get some shoulder work sitting in aero on the bike all the time, but mainly from swimming, which is just a cool thing to notice. You're just it's just a result of what you're doing. You're not necessarily chasing. I didn't do all this to be like, I want to have really big shoulders. I just did all this because I enjoy it and it's fun. And as a result of that, my shoulders are becoming more round, which is cool. But yeah. So we're going to head to the gym, and that's what I'm doing right now. Alright, I'm not exactly sure what all was said in this YouTube video, but nonetheless, this is the end of it. This is the end of this YouTube video right here, Saturday night. I'm ending it here and not Sunday because tomorrow we have a 5K test. Obviously we're going to go and do that on the track, but I'm going to make a whole YouTube video out of that. So then I'll have 2 videos. I'll post this YouTube video tomorrow, most likely, and then that video will probably go out. I probably wouldn't post 2 at the same time. It wouldn't be good, I don't think. So maybe a day or 2 later, or just whenever I can get around to editing it. So that's the plan with that. And then 2 talking points to end off this video. 1, the daily doodle. In absence of the majority, now what do you think? Pretty basic, pretty straightforward. When you're around a bunch of people all the time, it's a lot easier to go with the group. But when you're alone, what do you think? What is your individual, unique selves? Selves? I don't know. But what is your thoughts? What is your direction? What are you thinking? And maybe you think that with the group, but you don't say it. So what do you think? And then it's some of the examples that come to my mind are kind of context specific, but in general, can you carry your unique thought, maybe unique, I don't know, but your thought, your opinion, what you value, and how that directed your outcome from your thought with the group? So can you stand out with the group around? I think that's where it's like, that's where this little one is important. And that's when it's hard. It takes a lot of energy to do that. But nonetheless, the other thing I was thinking about was with like all these workouts and everything, like you do a workout and you essentially write a summary of how it went. Also, sorry I'm talking like kind of slow because I'm really tired and I took some melatonin, which, side point, because of my, every night I go to bed it's usually relatively same and similar in that it's late, but if there's a night when I try to get to bed earlier, I'm not tired when I try to go to bed. So that's when I think using stuff like melatonin is useful. That said, I don't want to use it every single night. But tonight I am using it. When I'm talking like a bit of a tard. But you essentially write a summary of the workout afterwards. And so every time I'm going through it and saying blah, 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 it's cool because every single thing that I'm doing has a purpose, has a reason. It's not just like, oh, do this random set of this. Specific on the bike is what I'm thinking about right now, but it's not like, oh, do this random set of 10 minutes or these random sets of 30 seconds just because I think that'd be good. No, there's like a specific reason for every single thing you're doing. Even with the rest periods, like there's a reason they're this length, that they're 30 seconds or that they're 5 minutes. There's a reason for everything. And as I'm going through a workout and in the parts when it is harder, I'm like, I'm supposed to feel like this right now. This is like the purpose of this workout. So like there are some VO2 max sets, which towards the end, those are like above your FTP. FTP is like what you hold in an hour. So they're harder than that. So they're pretty hard towards the end, especially depending on how long you're doing it or doing them or how many you're doing. But towards the end of it, I mentioned, I was like, oh yeah, my legs are burning up. But then it's like, that's the fucking point. And in my head, during these things, all these workouts, I'm like, this is the point. Like, it's not that, like, you're not so unique or you're not so bad or you're not so good that you shouldn't be feeling this way. Like, it's very predictable in a sense of like, or it can be very predictable in how these things are planned out and scheduled. Scheduled isn't really the right word, but how these things are planned out and planned. Like your body's gonna feel a specific way doing these things. Same with the next person. It's just the numbers are changed depending on the person, but like the percentage. So like before you go into the workout, it doesn't say, oh, this is gonna be at 300 watts. It says it a specific percent of your FTP. So for anybody, they have their FTP, and that specific percent is applicable to all of us. So 70% of mine might be different from 70% of someone else's, but in general, we're gonna feel the same way doing 5 minutes at 70% of our FTP, even if the wattage is different. So when I'm going through these workouts, it's like, especially with someone that knows what they're doing, the coach Parker knows what he's doing, so it's like, he probably knows, like when I'm saying stuff like, oh, I felt this way, he probably already knows I'm going to say that, or that's what I'm going to say in a sense. And same with anyone. It just makes it easier to get through, because you're like, there's a reason I'm feeling this way. Like, even if I'm going through, I'm like, oh man, this is really hard, it shouldn't be this way. Not true. I'm just like, it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be hard. And that's what, I'm just going to lean into it. And the days that are easy, I'm like, oh man, I'm not getting better. This is too easy. No, it's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be like that. So it just makes it a lot easier to do the thing I'm supposed to do. But I'm like, there's a reason for it all. But that's all I've got. I definitely, if my mind was a little clearer, I think I could have got to the points a little bit better. But I'm tired and I'm going to go to bed. So we got 5K test in the morning. It's going to be cold. It's going to be like in the 30s, which is fine with me. Maybe if it was a little bit warmer, it'd be better. But in general, I'm not going to complain about this cold right now, because in like a month, it's going to be hot again. And I'm going to be crying like a little baby because of the heat. So I'm soaking all this cold up. I'm taking it all in. And hopefully I don't tear them. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to say that. We're going to warm up good, and we're going to be healthy going into this run tomorrow. 5K test. I'm a little bit nervous right now even. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Lean into the pain. That's how we're going to get better, baby. So yeah. All right. Good night. Have a great day. And I guess get better today. And by today, I mean go to sleep tonight to be better for tomorrow. And in that, can't talk. We'll be better today. Bye.